All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Expert Q&A. All right. Compliments of the season. I believe it's because of the holiday that we are still waiting for others to join us. This is like 10 minutes into the meeting, but there is no problem. We'll start. They will join us as we proceed. All right. This is where I take your questions. I help you look at stocks that you are watching. I just provide the technical analysis support that you need, all right, for your stock so that you can make a better informed decision, and also to help you maximize return, to help you get best entry and best exit for any stock that you are holding or you are planning to buy. All right. So let's start by looking at the All Share Index. The market is still pumping up strongly. So let's see what is actually happening to the market. On the 3 months chart, you will see that there is no red candle, there is nothing, everything is just green, telling us that we are still on the bullish run. The bullish run that started from here, we are still pushing. It's still pushing on. So if you look at it on the 3 months, you will notice that there is no rejection, no red candle, nothing. So if you look at it on the monthly, that's when we now see this massive sell-off, and immediately the market took back. That's this candle. Market is about to engulf it. So if that happens and the market is able to close above this, which will happen next week. Next week we end the year, and is also going to end the week. All right, it's going to end the year. So by the time it ends the year, it will also end the month rather. So by the time it ends the month, then we will know what has happened. But from the way this market is going, I can maybe, like, if I just want to guess, it's most likely going to break it. It's most likely going to break it. So this level is most likely, this candle of December is most likely going to close above this most important candle on the monthly. All right, let's look at it on the weekly and see what is happening. You see, although market is just somehow retracing, if you notice, you will see that there is a retracement on this candle. This candle that we are looking at here, there is a minor retracement. Unlike this, where the market did not retrace, it just went and closed to the highest. But in this case, there was a minor pullback at that level. It's telling you, what it's telling us is that the market wants to react to that level. But let's wait and see what will happen next week. If we see a close above here, then it's a continuation pattern. So we start looking for fresh entry again. And by now we should have even started looking for fresh entry. I've seen stock that did very well this month. In fact, I'm still surprised about First Bank. Have a First Holding, we just break out like that and just started going without waiting for anybody. That's one thing about the market. The market cannot, there's no way we can predict how far a price will go. What we can do based on price action, based on past performance, based on past price chart that we can say, okay, this level is good to buy, then we can buy it and sell at this level. But when we see a breakout, we don't know how far a breakout can go, because what causes breakout is there is an unusual happening in that stock. That's why it broke out. So when that happens, you just see that people will just start buying. Something is too expensive, but they will still keep buying it, keep buying. Because I cannot figure out why some people will still be interested in buying First Holding at this price of 53 naira. Something that took off from around 30 naira or 20, around 30 naira when we were doing the analysis here. We were just looking at all these indecision candles. You see that these candles on the monthly chart, they are actually indecision. This one small body, this one small body, small body, small body, see giant candle. And from all indication, this stock is still going up. By January again, we can still see some push up. But will I tell you to go and buy this? I will not. So I will run through some stock that I'm looking at now, and I think we can still participate in the run. I will do the analysis. Although I sent one on the group, that international beauty. I don't know if anyone get bought that international beauty, but if you did not buy, let's see whether you can still partake in that move. All right. So you are all welcome. Now I can see everyone. Welcome, sir. Welcome, everyone. All right. So let's go ahead. Let me start from that international beauty. So for international beauty, I don't know what is happening in the stock. See the pattern. I've added moving average to my chart. Why did I add this moving average crossover? So that I can stay long in the market. Now I've discovered that my what's it called? My holding period is just too short. So when I was doing the what's it called? When I was preparing for the class, I was just doing some like I was doing some price performance. I was just trying to play with the chart and see what I can still add that can help my trading going forward. So I see that this moving average crossover will also help me. In fact, in timing entry and also in holding a stock for a long time. You will see how it works now. You will see how it works. You see that this international bureau is about to fulfill the prophecy. I said, if we can see a close above here, this is the most important bullish candle. So price has already tapped into the low. So when the market tapped into the low, I knew that this thing, and I was watching the price action on the weekly. I think yes, I was watching it on the weekly. I said this time is good to buy for us to buy this stock at this particular price. In fact, me, I was thinking maybe we can get discount. But this is how this thing works. You know, when I'm doing analysis, I don't have access to the order book. I don't know what other traders are quoting. So if you have attended my class on technical analysis class where I was teaching people how to read the chart, you remember the sentiment analysis that we did. That sentiment analysis is also very, very important because after doing technical analysis, you need to now go and look at the sentiment. What are the prices that people are willing to buy? What prices are people are willing to sell? If I want to buy now and I get to the market and I see that people are not willing to give me the price I'm looking for. For instance, I came to the market looking for 10 naira, but I see that the current price was 11 naira 90. The buyers want to buy above 11 naira 90. The sellers are quoting above 11 naira 90. There's no way price will come to 10 naira. So based on that, I will have to compromise my entry and look at okay, buyers and sellers are trying to push the price up. So you now come and look for the best price, still within your range. Because if this market breaks out, from what I'm looking at, by next week, it will have broken out and close above here. This stock will expose all this high. It can start going up and go back and hit this high of this around 50 naira. This stock can hit 50 naira in the next 3 months or in the next 6 months. So that's what it means. It means that this support here, market broke it. The support here, market broke it, use it as resistance. Now market broke it again, use it as support, and it wants to take off. If it takes off here now, price history told me that this stock has already touched 15 naira before. What makes you think that it will not go back and touch 15 naira? So if you have this stock still around this 14 naira or anything below, just check what the market is willing to give next week. Just look at the buyer sentiment and the seller sentiment and use it to get your price. If you can still get it around this price, it's good. Just buy it and see how the price action will unfold. From what I'm looking at, this stock is going up. So that's number one stock that I'm watching and I want us to also partake in. Which other one do I see here? I think I was looking at QTix. For me, QTix, I think yes. QTix is just hitting on support. In fact, let me go before I go on. Let me check the other chart for my, what's it called, international beauty. I want to see the support levels. Quarterly, I think so. All right, go and check it on the monthly. Okay, yes, this is the more reason why I want to check this. So from what I'm looking at now, you will see that there is a fair value gap. There is a fair value gap here. So market will still struggle to clear this. We call it, it's like liquidity. So these are internal liquidity. As price is going back up, it will have to struggle to break all these liquidity points. So that's what is going to happen. So as market is entering into this liquidity, there might still be some pullback. So when it pulls back into your buy zone again, you can buy. So from what I'm looking at, maybe we can still see some pullback. Maybe. So because it's already entering into a resistance. But it has tapped into this resistance like how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 times tapped into it before going. It might likely break it. Let me check it on the weekly and see. Okay, see what is happening here. So we were sitting around S1. But now what happened? Price has already broken the center pivot. If you can come down back to pivot and you take it around 13 naira 60, that's good price. You can take it and let's ride that move from what I'm seeing. So let me go and check the other one for QTIX. What I'm looking at for QTIX is, I'll show you what I'm seeing. It's because someone asked this question the last time. So let me just spend time and do this analysis that I'm looking at. From in trading, when price is about to fall, the first thing that you will notice is that there's going to be a divergence. When price is about to fall and it's going to fall hard, there's going to be a divergence. We call it momentum divergence. Momentum will go one way, then price will go the other way. What it's telling us is that price is going the wrong way. Let me show you what I'm saying. It's supposed, if market is going to fall very hard, although it's not every time that it falls, you will see something like this. You see that price momentum came down here. Did price come with it? Price did not quite come with it. So if this happens, it's telling us that price is going the right way. If you now see something like this again, price went higher. What happened to momentum? Momentum also went higher. It's telling us that price is most likely going the right way. So what are we going to look for? We are going to look for support to buy. So if I'm going to buy this stock now, the first level that I'm going to buy from, assuming I wanted to buy when price was here, assuming these ones are not formed, I will buy here because this was where the most important bullish candle here. So when the market closed below it, the next level for me to buy is to go to 3 months chart and go and look at where is the low, where's the opening rather. So this is the opening, although price might not get there. So if you don't have this stock and you are thinking of buying, this 3 naira zone is actually a very good level to buy for this month. By the time you buy it for this month at 3 naira, just wait and see what happens in January. So if January also is falling down, then we come and time it and buy it at 2 naira 44. That's if January is coming down. But if January stays there and January goes back up, then you have a good entry for that particular stock. So we take it back to the previous high. That's how we are going to approach it for this kind of pattern. Price went higher, momentum also went higher, and we are still in the uptrend. How do I know that we are in an uptrend? when this moving average, this yellow one is above the green one, from here entered uptrend, uptrend, uptrend on the monthly. So if I want to time and look at short term trends, you will see that we are still in the uptrend because this yellow line is still above this green line. But where is price now? Price is just sitting on this green line, which is supposed to act as a support. Look at the last time it sit on it, it went up. Now it's sitting on it, you buy and wait. Remember, this is another level that we can buy from, which is higher time frame support for 3 months. So if price comes here, most likely buyers will step in. And remember, it's also the neckline between this higher high. So this is going to be a very important level where buyers will come in. But sometimes price does not come there. Price will not get there. It will just turn from here, find support, and start going back up again. So if you are a risk taker and you don't mind, you believe in the company, you can go ahead and buy this particular stock also. Let me see another one that I'm looking at. Aradel. If you have not bought Aradel, please buy Aradel next week, please. Aradel have stayed for long at that level. Let me show you what is happening. What did you notice after this? Let me take it back to my monthly. After this strong bullish candle, we saw this small bearish candle, small body, indecision. The next month is also what? Indecision. Market doesn't know whether to go up or down. Although we have a sell continuation because this low is lower than this low. But the most important low that I'm looking at now on the monthly is actually at 606 naira. This is how we buy. If you are looking for price to come down to this 606 naira, it might not come there. It might just turn back here because we've already have 2 months of price action, a weak price action. This one is a big one, this one. So if you buy this month, wait for January and see what is going to happen. If January becomes a red candle, even if it becomes a red candle, notice that there is a, what is here? This is a rejection. Candle week. When you see candle week, you remember what I said about candle week. Most times when we see candle week and you see a candle followed by it, it might come back and test this low. So bear in mind that you can still buy at around 6 naira 40 kobo or thereabout. This is naira 40 kobo if price come there. But at times price will not come there. You just turn from there and start going back up. You understand? So don't wait. Just buy some. Maybe like 30% of your normal uh volume that you would have bought. Just buy that this month because December is about to close and it's still an indecision candle, small body. So buy next week. Take some position. I've already taken position before. Next week I will also look for opportunity to buy more for this particular stock because I believe in it. And remember, when is this trade confirmed? When we see a bullish candle close above here. That's when it's confirmed. When is it wrong? When we see a bearish candle close below here. And if a bearish candle closes below here, what we do is we go to 3 months. In fact, that level is also the 3 months low. So it's the 3-month entry. So another level we are looking at is going to be here. So this zone, because price might find support around that zone. And another thing that I'm looking at, there is a fair value gap here between this candle here and this candle here. Let me go and check the other chart and you will see what I'm saying. Aradel. Okay, see what is happening. You can see that we are still inside this fair value gap. There's a fair value gap here. So you see why I said around here also a good entry. 640 or thereabout is also R1. That's another confluence telling us that there is a support there. So anything around here is a good buy. But don't say you want to wait there. Price can turn from here and will not come down here and start going back up. So even get back to that 800 naira or surpass it. So price is actually at a very good level you can buy from. So this particular stock also, I don't want us to miss it. Let me look at it on the monthly. So on the monthly, you see that there is a fair value gap between here and here. There's another one here. So market is most likely going to tap into it. If it's going to touch it, we tap into it and go back. So let's look at it on the 3 months. You will see that there is also a fair value gap here. So there are a lot of liquidity, internal liquidity around here that will support that price, that stock from falling further. And if you look at it very well, you see that price has started reacting to that level. Why? After this bearish candle, flat, bearish candle, flat. If you look at the last bearish candle, it was a rejection. You see that it has wick under. It has wick under, telling you that buyers are already pushing it from. It's buyers that will push it from here. So buyers push it from here. Now it's showing that buyers wants to also push it from here. So buy some and see what is going to happen to close the year. Another one, let's look at banking. Then I'll now take your question. Legend hints. Then I'll look at Access Bank and UBA. For legend hints, I want to just point our attention to what is happening there. I don't know what is happening in that stock, why it keeps going up. And when it's gaining, it will gain 10% up, and it will lose that 10%. It's just doing like that. So I said, okay, let me because I said we should buy at around here. But from what the market is doing, is just doing up and down. So I switch it to the monthly, and so that I can see what is actually happening to the stock. So if you look at it closely, you see that there is no signal yet on the monthly. This is the bearish most important candle. I want to do it because if anyone has not bought, you can still buy if you have not bought. But if you bought before, because I have it and I'm not thinking of buying more, this is the bearish most important candle on this monthly chart. And December is now entering into it. So if the December closes like this, you know, this December will be like a bearish continuation of this candle. And we don't have a buy signal yet because this bullish candle did not close above this bearish most important candle. So as it's falling now, what we are waiting for, although it can touch this level again of 4.90 something, it can touch there. That is where I'm looking at as the final bus stop that is going to return. But if the December candle did not exit here, most likely we will still see some buy price action. Maybe in January, we see some buy price action. If there's no buy price action and this stock is going down, I will tell you not to buy. Just hold it. But I still believe that this stock is going back up. This is something that happened in Ella Lake also. This was not Ella Lake. I said Aradale. Aradale also was doing this kind of pattern. If you look at it very, Aradale where we go up, come down, break low, close lower than the lowest most important candle. Let me show you Aradale. Before I say people should buy, Aradale did similar thing. Yes, I think that thing happened around on the weekly also. Yes, it was on the weekly. This candle, okay, I remember now. I think it was this candle that I was watching. This candle here. Immediately I see that there was a close below this candle. You see that there is a close below this candle. For a bearish continuation, I said some people can just take position and see what is going to happen. And what happened? The following month, the price just went back up. So that is the same pattern that is about to happen in Legend. If you don't have it, you can buy. But if you have it before, don't increase the risk because there's always risk attached to this thing. Don't increase the risk. Just hold what you have. When I see a clearer signal, I will say you can buy more. That is for Legend Hint. That is for Legend Hint. You see what is happening? It's just closing below the most important bearish candle. So the following candle, I expect it to go back up. And if it can go back up and close above this level, then we have a good stock there. That is for that. Then which other one again? Let me see UBA. UBA, I think UBA has bounced up. Bounce. yes, and last that was Wednesday. Yes, okay, it has bounced up. I was thinking that we can still buy if it's still down. You see what happened now? Just market price just tapped into this low. This low is very, very important, which because this is the most important bullish candle. It just tapped into the low. If you have bought around 35 naira or so, when I did the analysis, you see that it's up now. But we still have what? Some fair value gap to battle with before we can go higher. But let's look at it on the 3 months chart. Assuming, you see, is a confluence. This level is also the bullish most important candle on the 3 months. You now see that we have confluence of prices. It's a confluence of 3 months and also monthly. You see why market just went back up. So this price we were looking at is a monthly buy zone and it's also a 3 months buy zone. See how price reacted to it. But should you buy now? I'm not too sure because me, I like buying when price is just very at a very best entry. But if we can see a pullback, maybe back to around here, around 36, 37, maybe you can still buy again. But here now, should you buy? Let me go to 3 weeks weekly chart. Okay, if you can get it around this liquidity zone, this is a fair value gap here. If price can tap back into this zone, is around 30, between 38 and 30, between 38 and 37. You see where I'm, let me draw line there so that we can see it. So this zone, 38.90 and 37.55. If price can come back there, that's a good level to buy from. Already price is about to take out this bearish liquidity zone. So if it closes above it, it will battle with this one. If it's able to close above it, then the road is clear. It can start going up. But this stock is a confirmed good trade and it's going up. It's a confirmed good trade. It now depends on your kind of person. Because me, I like to buy it when it is very cheap. But now it has moved some distance. Let me just check and see if it is still worth the risk. Okay, 20% risk for around 20% target. If you are okay with it, just you can buy it if you are okay with that risk reward. But if you have bought it when I gave out the trade, maybe around here, can't remember where price was then, you would have had like 10% risk for 35% reward. The last one I want to look at is, I think, Access. Don't know why Access is just struggling. Don't know why Access is struggling, but it is a good level to buy from if you don't have it yet. So if you don't have it yet, I think I've done this analysis before. I just want us to have more confidence in it. The first level we are going to consider to buy from is actually here, although this candle is too small. This candle is too small. So what is happening here is market is just struggling. This is a sell signal, fine, but in this market, this current market condition, you can use that sell signal to buy into, is already eating into support. So Access at 20 naira 50 kobo is not bad. And if it comes down lower, my actual best entry for this Access should have been around 18 naira 50. But from the look of things, you can see we started seeing green candle here. It might not come there. So buy some and hope that it comes down lower for you to buy more. Okay, so that's the strategy we are going to use to approach that. Wow, I've spent a lot of time on this. I'm so sorry. I just want us to take advantage of the opportunity I'm watching. Okay, let me see. I can't see my. Okay, Aradale. Yes, I've already done analysis on Aradale. NASCON, NACO, Basimen, MTN. Let me start from MTN because I think MTN was trying to pull back. So let's see. Okay, MTN is trying to pull back. So if it pulls back, where should you buy from? I would have said leave MTN for this month. Leave MTN alone for this month. Let this month close. See that it tapped into the most important bullish candle and is retracing. So if this month, although I don't know how possible that is going to be, if this month becomes a red candle, then we come and time our entry again around 420. That's where you buy from if it becomes red. But if it becomes green, maybe your entry can now be around maybe 450. So don't this MTN now, I don't think it's good for a buy. Now, from what I'm seeing, it's just turning back. Let's wait for it around the neckline, which is around here. Although we have fair value gap everywhere, but it's not good. Okay, see? So this would have been the best time to buy when price came down to that 3 months low. That 3 months low. You see? 3 months opening, rather, sorry. 3 months opening. That was where would have picked it from. But now it has gone back up. Okay. So for MTN, let's leave MTN for this month. Let's analyze it next month, January. NASCON, from what I'm seeing, it has done what it wants to do. NASCON. Oh, NASCON also is hanging there. And the month is about to close. Let's wait for the month to close. It's hanging there. So let's wait for the month to close. Don't buy NASCON this month. Because this candle now is more like indecision. It tapped into the bullish most important candle. You see, it tapped into it and retraced. So if it's retracing like this, then first entry should be around here, around 95 naira. Then second entry, if possible. In fact, the first entry also coincides with the second entry because that level is also the 3 months low. By the time December closes, this will be the 3 months low. So let's leave NASCOM for this month. Boa Cement, Boa Cement. So Boa Cement is already a continuation pattern. Should you buy? The month is about to close and it has not closed above here. So when the month closes, in January, there might be some pullback that you can buy from. If it closes like this also, we'll wait to look for entry around that's 159 naira. So for this, if you have it is a hold. I'm just looking at fresh entry because we are already getting close to a resistance. For you to now come and buy here, what if this thing hits here and comes down here? You will be a massive drop down. You will be in a losing trade and you won't like it. Let me show you. This is around 14% down. If you don't mind 14% down, fine. But me, I don't really like it. I like buying when the drawdown is very low. If I have bought here like this, I will be expecting it to come to somewhere around maybe like 5%, 6% risk. Then that's how I would have loved to take that trade for Boa Cement. Already is getting close to a resistance. And this is a former resistance. This is another resistance. So two things. We wait for this resistance to give way. That means price close above here. But if you are looking for fresh entry, if you can retrace back to 159 or if you can get entry at 159, is good. Don't buy here. It's too close to a resistance and to a support. This is a resistance. This is a support. If you understand the discount and the premium zone trading, this price is already in the premium zone. Discount zone is anything below this 50%. Discount zone, this is already in a premium zone. That's why I would have not. That's why I'm not too confident with that. I'm not too confident with that trade. So Aradel, I've done analysis on Aradel before, but if you still want me to do it, I can still do it later. Boa Cement, I've done Boa Cement. Boa Food, let's see if I can take Boa Food. Boa Food. So for Boa Food, oh, Boa Food is a continuation. Fantastic. So hold it is a hold. This is a hold. No buy entry, but hold your stock. The continuation, so hold it. So in January also, from what I'm looking at, it's still going up. Let me look at it on the other chart. You will see what is happening. Boa Food. I want to look at it with the moving average. Okay. See how it was just touching the moving average and going higher. When you see a very good trend, it will react to moving average, because moving average is a very good trend indicator. Very, very good trend indicator. When the market is trending, just put moving average and you'll be fine. It will give you perfect entry and you'll be entering. You see? See how it's just reacting to the moving average. But now it's too far from the moving average. This is what we call overbought. So it's too far. Price has moved too far. You'd have loved to buy when it was closed like this. But now it's overbought. So hold it, but no fresh entry on that stock for now. CAP, CAP. I'm looking for stock that we can buy. So CAP is also a continuation pattern. No fresh entry in this stock. So, but if you have it, fine, you hold it. Because it came down low, went back up. So this is a breakout. What do we expect in January? This is a pin bar, fine pin bar. Just like what was happening in the stock that we just looked at now, Boa Food. You will see this pattern. It was something that was happening here. You see how it's just having weak. And what did we see? We saw a breakout. So for CAP also, we should expect the same thing. Price action stays consistent across different instruments. All right. So that's how we should expect that to play out as a trader. Okay, so this is what has happened. We are seeing weak, came down, go back up, came down, go back up. That's what weak means. It means that price came down and they sent it back. It came down, they sent it back. That's why we are having this week. So for that stock, you can keep holding it. But should you buy this weekly? I'm not sure. I prefer the monthly. I prefer monthly support now than weekly support. Which other one? Let me go and check my chart. Dangote Cement. What's happening to Dangote Cement again? What did I see there? Dangote Cement. Okay, similar thing. Dangote Cement is heading for this resistance. Heading for the resistance. on the 3 months, you see, heading for the resistance. Okay, all right. So we need to wait for the 3 months to close. If the 3 months is able to close above this one, this candle here, this is the last bullish candle. Let me show you. Which is most likely going to happen. It's most likely going to close above it. So when that happens by next week, if it closes above here, then it's actually good on the 3 months. And if it closes above here on the monthly, then it's actually good on the monthly. So I still need it to close above this on the monthly. But if it happens like this on the 3 months, there is hope. The only thing is that if you now want to buy fresh entry, we'll be looking for entry around this low, as close as possible to 525 naira, if possible. That's where we'll be looking for the entry, you see, which is around here also. So if you did not close above it on the monthly, there's tendency that it might want to retrace, pull back before going back up. But if it happens and it closes above it on the 3 months, then we'll become bullish. Don't worry, I will let us know by the time it happens like that. So MTN, NACO. I think MTN, I've done analysis on MTN. Okay, for MTN, just leave MTN for this month. Let's wait for it to close. Let it decide what it wants to do. Then we'll now plan entry for January. NACO, but if you have it, is a hold. NACO. Okay, so for NACO, I see that NACO is trying to come back up. So if NACO closes like this on the 3 months, this is a high wave candle. What did the market do? It came down, cleared this low, this most important candle, and went back up. And what happened? It closed above here, but this body is too small. The body is small. I would have loved that if it has a good body. But in trading, in candlestick, they call this high wave candle. Why? Because market went so high, came so low. From here, it went so low. From here, it went so high, and now closed with no body, telling you that there's a volatility happening in the market. That's why it happened like that on the 3 months. And I like 3 months because 3 months is a very clear trend. You see that from here, from this level, that started going up. So if you have bought this stock around 4 naira, that was around, which year was that? 2022. You have ride this trend up till now, looking at the 3 months chart. But if you come to the monthly, even with the monthly, you will still have followed it because it's a very clear trend. But what is now happening here? We are having a high wave candle. Price went so high, came back down. When it came so low, came back down. So this is how we enter this kind of price action. If it closes like this bullish candle is still very weak. So the thing that what I will advise, if you want to buy it, if you can get it around here again, maybe from 100 naira or below, you can pick it. Because we have two months of red candle already. So if you can get it around 100 naira, I'm thinking it's possible. Because this bullish candle is still small compared to this one. This is a small candle compared to this red candle. This red candle has bigger body than this small bullish candle. Although it's tapping into some liquidity zone here. Let's go and look at it. If I check NACO, we see that it's tapping into liquidity. That's why it's doing like that. You see what happened? You tapped into this liquidity. So, it now started going back up. You see? The same thing that happened. So that would have been the best entry around here. But from the look of things, maybe price might not come down there again. if you are if you don't want to miss it, we are all at times we we feel like that I want to miss out, but don't feel like you don't want to miss out. From this, I can still see that there is another liquidity zone here. You see, this is a fair value gap around here. So getting this stock around here, around this zone of 99 naira, around there 100 naira or so, is not bad. So if you get it like that, it's actually good. We still have this bearish fair value gap to clear, because market can tap into it and come back down. That's a supply zone. All right, so that's what I can see for now in this particular stock. Except if you want to be aggressive. If you want to be aggressive, fine. You can buy the pivot 104. This is 104. Buy pivot. But if you want to be conservative, you need to wait for pullback more into the zone for this stock. But if you have it, it's a hold. The hold. Okay. Nako Okomu Wapco. Okay, for Okomu, this bearish candle is so weak because that the price is too high. The price is too high. But Okomu is a hold. So it did not come down low. See what happened? It just came into this place and went back up. So from the look of things, this is like a continuation pattern. Let's look at it on the weekly. So see what happened. This is a liquidity zone. Fair value gap. See all this fair value gap as price was just creating fair value gap and going up. So if you want to enter Okomu, for me, I'm not seeing any fresh entry here now. It's too high. Price is too high. But people that have it, you can hold it. No fresh entry for now. Let's check it on the moving average stuff. Okomu. Let me see if it's sitting. See, it's too far. So it's overbought. It's too far from where we can buy from. See where price is. See where my moving average is. So it's too far. And me, I don't really like weekly. You see? It's too far. If you can get it, let it pull back small. Another thing that I'm looking at, on the weekly now, we are seeing divergence. Price went higher, momentum came lower. So what it means is that if price breaks this low, it will expose lower low. But for aggressive trader, the first level you buy from is from that neck, which is 1,000 naira. If it comes around 1,000 naira or below, you can buy some. Although it's very aggressive, you can buy some. Then wait. But if I actually want to recommend this stock for a buy, I want more pullback. But I'm not seeing it coming. I'm not seeing it coming. It's not going to pull back from what I'm seeing. It's not going to pull back. This one filled, came down and went back up. The next candle is going to be a bullish candle. So I'm not seeing pullback. But the risk is now very high because it's too high up there. If you buy here, where are we buying to? Where are we buying to? Let's say we even get 20% for a risk of how much? Almost like 20% also. That's 1:1 risk reward. So it's up to you. Can decide. Jay's Bank, Dangote Sugar, but I'm not seeing pullback in this stock. Jay's Bank. Okay, for Jay's Bank, the month is already about to close, so I'm not expecting anything much again. So let's look at this is the bullish most important candle. This bank is still struggling around there. We have a higher high here, and market is about to close like this. So how do we enter this stock? We want to buy. wait for a pullback. So wait for a pullback. If you see the stock anywhere around, we can come down to maybe 4 naira or 3 naira 75 here. This is like my best entry, this level of 3 naira 75. But can it come there? I don't know. But you just have to pay attention to it. One, it confluences with where? Your moving average. See the moving average, how price has been reacting to it. So if it comes around there, you can buy blindly, or go and look for price action, maybe by looking at the daily and see whether there is a breakout, whether there is a close above the previous high or previous day high, or so, for your entry. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. But for you to buy here, I think it's already hitting resistance and the month is about to close. That's another thing. If the month is about to close, I will not advise you to buy there. As when the month is just opening, you can buy there. But the month is about to close. Let's wait for the month to close and see whether we can see discount, whether price can come down lower for the stock. Best entry is around 3.75. So Dangote Sugar. Okay, for Dangote Sugar, see what is happening here is a battle. And this is a green bullish candle. Entering here, fantastic. For Dangote Sugar, I think there is opportunity here. Okay, yes, let me look at it on the. Okay, this is the highest. This is the candle that has the highest close. I'm looking at here for entry. So for Dangote Sugar, this is 48 naira 5 kobo for first entry, which is also confluence with the second entry. For Dangote Sugar, if you are a risk taker, if you don't have it before, you can get it. You can start buying from the low of this candle. From what is happening here, it's most likely going back up. But when are we going to see this going back? Okay, let me show you what I'm saying. Let me bring down my. Look at this bullish most important candle. You notice that this candle closed above it. It's telling you that this candle is a breakout candle of this. So these two body, they are very important. And what is happening now? Market is just inside here. So anything below here is a discount zone. You understand? You can buy from here. So for Dangote Sugar, if you can get it around 53 naira, 50 something naira, just buy from here. Dangote Sugar is showing strength that it wants to go back up. As soon as I see another close above this high, this one, then here is most likely. So it's an uptrend stock. It's trending up, and from this pattern, it's a good buy. It's a good buy at that level. If you have it, you can buy more if you want to. So if you have it, you can buy more. If you are willing to take more risk anyway. All right. Which other one do we have here? Dangote Sugar. We checked Dangote Cement. We checked all these ones. Okay. Which other one? Which other one? Any other one? Dangote Sugar is also a good one this month. You can still buy this month if you don't have it because it's a green candle. You remember, in fact, because it's a green candle and it's at the discount zone, assuming it's closed here now, I will tell you to wait for the month to close. Because when month close, some things at times you just see that the following month it start coming down. Okay, but from what I'm seeing here now, this is like a bullish continue. In fact, is a bullish signal, not even bullish continuation now. This is the bearish candle. This is the bearish candle, and this bullish candle engulfs this bearish candle, telling you that there is a support here. So if you get it at 53 naira, it's a good buy. Just buy it. And it also confluence with 3 months. What? This is 3 months low. This 3 months low, which is 48 naira, but it might not come down to 48 naira. It might not, because this body now is a small body, is a pullback, and is a small body red candle. And if you look at it very well, this is the bullish candle on the 3 months. This is the last bullish candle before going down. And this bullish candle now is a breakout bullish candle. This one here. So everything that is happening here is pointing that this stock wants to go back up. And since we already have monthly support in our favor, it's good to go and buy the stock. Which other one? I'm waiting. No other stock. No other stock. I'm not seeing any new one here now. Is there anyone that I have not talked about? There's a chart. No one. So what happened to First Holding? So for First Holding, at times the market will just do some things that is crazy. I don't know. Insider buying. Okay, no problem. So that's why some people will go and buy this at this high. Although it's going up, but you didn't buy it when it was here. It's now when it's here that you will now buy. So when you see this kind of pattern, you go and look for stocks that are just coming up. That are like Aradel. Yes, like Aradel. Aradel now is showing a very good sign. So Aradel, you focus on those ones. Not to now start jumping on this one that I don't know whether it's going to pull back. Although every what's it called now? Every signal is telling us that it's still going up, but it's my pullback. But the owner of the company or the people that are buying, will they allow it to pull back? I doubt not. But these are the kind of things that happen. If you check Aradel, Ella Lake. Ella Lake did similar things that we thought that it's not going to pull back. And it pulled back big time. I just jumped up. You check it on the 3 months also. This was how I just jumped up. 1, 2, 6 months. See what happened. So for Ella Lake, is Ella Lake still a good buy? Let's even analyze this Ella Lake. This Ella Lake, if you are looking at buying Ella Lake, although it's too high up there, I would have preferred some pullback. But from the look of things, this stock might not really pull back much. I would have preferred we see this momentum. If it can come down, let's wait. Don't buy Ella Lake now. If you can wait for this momentum to die down, that means it should come down to 0 or below 0. You see, like what happened here when it was below 0. Now the momentum is so high. If the momentum is so high like this and it's coming down, most of the time, from my experience, if price should go up, they will return. It will find it difficult to climb higher. It will now come back again. So, but for us to have a very long-term trend in this particular stock, if we can pull back to, let me see it on the 3 months. Okay, by then that 3 months will have closed. Let's see it on the monthly. So on the monthly, see where I'm looking at, 9 naira 38 kobo. If we can come to 9 naira 38 kobo, I would have been very, very happy, because that would have been a very good entry. I would buy that level. Price is still in my premium zone. I wish it's below the 50% of this. And 50% should be around 11 naira or so. So it's still in the premium zone. Let's wait for some pullback in that stock. Which other stock do I remember that people were asking the other time? Let's see all this insurance. After their policy, we are not seeing anything again. Okay, see where it's hanging now. See where it's hanging. It's not pulling back. I would have preferred a pullback at least somewhere around here. If you have it, you hold it. But for fresh entry, would have preferred a discount price. Where's the discount price? At least 50%. of this candle. You see? So around 3 naira. You can get it around 3 naira. I think it's good. But for me, it's still up there. It's not pulling back. But if you have it, you hold it. If it comes down to like 3 naira, you can decide to buy more. Or fresh entry can now become attractive for fresh buyers. Which other stock do I remember? All right, let me remember Suno. Because Suno, I remember we did analysis on Suno, but Suno did not really perform. But now what is happening to Suno? We are already seeing a bullish engulfing. You see why I said the most important candle is very, very important. What happened when price touched the low of the most important candle? Although we were thinking it may not touch it, it may not come there. See, when it touched there, what happened? It went back up. I can't remember where my entry is, but this stock now I'm like 12% up. I'm now thinking, where did I even buy from? I know I bought, I sold, I bought. Let me see what the return would have been now. Assuming we were able to time this place, it has done like what percent? 31%. Wow, no wonder. No wonder. So from this low, it did 31% after testing the low of the most important bullish candle. You see why I said that low, that opening is very, very important. Let's see what happens. So if this happens, then this will now be our entry going forward. If you can get it as close as possible to this. Price is still in our discount zone because this is more like 50%. Let me use Fibonacci so that you will know that. You see the 50%. So price is still below the 50%. So all these places, they are discount zone that we can buy from. So if you can get Sono again, I don't know what is responsible. I'm just doing technical analysis. I've not factored in fundamentals. If the fundamentals doesn't align with your own trading plan or the way you like to trade, please avoid it. Everything I'm saying now, I'm saying it based on the price action that I'm seeing. If you are comfortable with it, from 4 naira 34 kobo or thereabout is a good buy. Is a good buy for this stock. For Sono. So it's already picking up. Which other stock did I? Let's see. Oando. Yes, let me look at Oando. So what's happening to Oando? We see this Oando now. If you are to look at it on the 3 months chart, you will see that the bullish most important candle is here, which was the breakout candle. You see that this is the candle that broke out of this zone. As it's coming like this, it's coming, after I break out, don't forget your pattern. Touch it, come down, broke it. It wants to come and use it as a support to now bounce back up. So as it's coming down, you're already preparing to buy from support. So if you don't have a window before, in fact, with this small candle that is forming here, you can just buy it and see and wait for what market will do at that level. Just buy. If you don't have it before, that's what I'm saying. You can just buy it and hold and see what is going to happen at that level, at least in January. So if by January we now see like something that happened in Suno now, that we just saw the thing just went back up, then it's good because it's actually at a support again. This is at a support. This is the last bearish candle that went down before going up. Market now came down there again. It's about to close below it. Just about to close below it. See this candle now. It's indecision. So the month of December is an indecision candle at a support. So you buy and wait. Although it can come down. If it comes down, how far will it come down? It's still coming down to this low. That's the maximum I'm expecting it to come to. This low of maybe 25 naira. So let's measure the risk. So it's around 50%. So that's a huge distance. But we can still make around 100% on this stock. So it now depends on you. 50% risk for 80%. Let's just be conservative. 80% return. The risk reward is actually good. So you can buy some here. This is the final bus stop of this stock. I don't know what is going to happen, but this stock must or will I say, I'm very confident that it will find support around here. Two things I'm waiting for. One, this momentum, I want it to switch to the negative side. When it switches to the negative side, like here now, then I know that that stock has already bottomed out. So from here now, it's already getting close to the bottom, getting close to the bottom. So taking some entry here is not a bad idea. You can buy like 30% of what you want to hold at that level. All right, recommend stock for 2026. My first recommendation for 2026, the one that I know that is very clear now that is going up, is International Building, because it has already confirmed that that previous resistance is now a support. So this price action, I love it. It has happened, and most likely this stock will hold in this zone. So for me, if you can get it from maybe 11 naira, 12 naira or so, and if you don't mind, you can get it even at the current price if you don't want to miss it, because the market has already shown us that it wants to go up. Where is the risk? This is the risk. The risk is like 37% or let's say 40% risk. But the return, this thing can go back to this place. That's around 200% return. It might take 1 year, so I don't know how long it will take. But this is a possibility. This is one stock that I believe in so much now, because price action has already shown me that it wants to go back up. Very sure that it wants to go back up. Although it still have some fair value gap to battle with as it's going up. Maybe the first target can be around what price is this? Maybe 9 naira something. Hit 10 naira, struggle around. I said 9 naira, 90 naira. No, 9 naira. Okay, around 10 naira. Hit 10 naira. If you can break 10 naira and expose 29 naira, 30 naira. So that's my first pick. The second pick should be, I think I did some, which other one again? If I have to pick from the bar, maybe Access, because Access is also sitting inside support. So if you can see Access at around 18 naira 50, this level, if possible. Although this one is not clear yet. In fact, this is like buying and waiting for the market to confirm what you are buying. That is for this. There is no signal that is clear. Although we are close to a major support. That's why I said you should buy. It's a major support. And I don't think the company wants to fold up now. I'm not saying that's coming. Okay, so if you are seeing a very good support, you can buy from a good support and wait. For Zenith, I think Zenith has already gone up. Ask UBA also. Okay, for Zenith is still also good. I think if you can get Zenith at it has already tapped into this 56 naira zone. It has tapped into the level. Can it still get back there? If you can get Zenith at around 56, this level, you can buy some. All these ones are not yet clear. It's also the same level with the 3 months low, 3 months opening rather. That's the best entry for Zenith. Which other stock did I? Maybe if I see another one, I will post it on the group for us. WAPCO, eTransact. Let me check. WAPCO. And that will be all for tonight. WAPCO. Okay, for WAPCO. Can we just wait for WAPCO to close? Because this is not. It's reacting to resistance. You see? After a red candle, went up and came back down. For me, if I want to take this WAPCO, remember the most important opening for 3 months, and most important, the same thing for the monthly. So we are still in a premium zone. This is my bullish most important candle. Okay, let me use Fibonacci so that we can see it. It's still in the premium zone. We want to buy anything around here. So here is expensive. That's what it means. It's still expensive. And already price is already showing rejection at that level. So let's wait for some pullback. Anything below 118 naira or so. Just look for, in fact, I would want it to come down lower, maybe around 100. Let me check it here. WAPCO. See what is happening. Check it on the monthly. Okay. You see the fair value gap is the one that is holding price. But it's still not pushing it high enough. So wait for discount. Let's look at it on the weekly. You see where the pivot is? 122. So 122 naira should be your entry, at least for now. 122 naira. Or this fair value gap, you see, is still around that 110, 100 level. So for this one, wait for some pullback for this stock. Which other one? Let me see. eTranzact. So eTranzact, that's where we stop tonight. eTranzact. Okay, for eTranzact, because it's a bearish candle, it's still very far from. Okay. For eTranzact, if you don't have it before, let me show you. This is the last bullish candle on the 3 months. That makes this the breakout candle. So if this is the breakout candle, that means this stock wants to go up. This is just a pullback. After a breakout, we'll see a pullback before a continuation. So let's now go to the weekly. So the monthly rather. So for the monthly, you will see that we still have the most important monthly candle, which is here, bullish candle. We are actually now at discount zone. But the more discounts you get, the better. But if you don't want to miss it, let's say you want to buy. I don't know if you have it or something, but if you want to buy, next week, buy some. Because this price is actually good. It's the low of these two candles. And this is a green candle, this is a red candle. So it's like opposite candle. So the low is actually a first entry. Just buy it. Though if it comes down to 10 naira 85 kobo or thereabout, you also take some entry around there. We need this momentum to still be strong for this stock to keep going higher. Let me see. But on the weekly, this is my challenge. On the weekly, I still see opportunity for this stock to come down low. Look at where I like to buy when it's in the negative side here. But now it's still hanging there. So that means there is higher probability that you can get it at that 10 naira, this 10 naira 80 or 10 naira 75 that I'm saying. So that's your first entry target, 10 naira 80. Yeah, you should be able to get it at that 10 naira 80 also. That's your first entry. I'm looking at this green candle because everything is green on the monthly. You might not want to pull back. So what you do is this. If you are thinking of buying, go to the order book and see what the buyers are quoting. So that will inform whether it will still come down lower or bounce from here. Just go and see what they are quoting. If the buyers are quoting below this current price, 12 naira 60, and the sellers are also quoting below 12 naira 60, then come and look for more discount. But if they started quoting above it, let's say the buyers wants to buy above this and the sellers are also quoting to buy to sell above it, most likely price will go up. That's just the simple way to know whether price will pull back or not. So for that reason, you can buy some at this current price. Buy it and hold till next year. By January, we'll come and look at it again. But just make sure that you take this entry because this is actually at a good entry. Price at a good entry. And in technical analysis, you don't joke with entry. Entry is like the blood of your analysis because entry is what will determine whether you make good returns. That's why I don't like taking price when it's already broken out and it's so high up there. Imagine if when this thing broke out like this and it's here and somebody come and buy at 17 naira, say 17 naira, bought at 17, it's now pulling back. There's no way you will be feeling bad. Nobody, even investors, they will also feel bad. You say you bought it for investment. By the time you start seeing minus 10%, minus 20%, you start feeling bad. You feel like, should I just sell and go? You forget the reason why you bought in the first place. All right, so that's how much we can take for tonight. Okay, I think I've attended to all the questions. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next week when we meet again. But remember, next week is the new year and we are going to have general class. I'm praying if I can do a video tonight, I will just send on the YouTube. So for people to prepare for next week general class. All right. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your holiday. We meet in 2026 by God's grace. Thank you.